What's happening, guys? Welcome back to another episode. On today's video, we're gonna be getting the Speed 6's port injection hooked up and getting everything else we need done for the dyno so we can get this thing tuned. So stay tuned. All right, guys, in the last video, you guys saw us button up most of the car and get it outside for a first drive and kind of do a shakedown to kind of see where we're at with the thing before we start really getting this thing ready for the dyno to get tuned. And what needs to be done on this thing is a short list, but it's very important stuff that needs to be complete. So we're gonna jump over to the backside of the car and show you what we need to get done. As you guys know, I've been talking about this new port injection setup that I'm gonna be running on the Speed 6, and I'm very excited to show you guys because this is going to simplify port injection for the everyday street car up to a 700-800 horsepower street car that wants plenty of fuel to go rip around and not worry about getting low or having to carry extra fuel on them, all sorts of stuff like that. So what I'm about to show you is a 6-gallon cell from Aeromotive. It's loaded with an A1000 fuel pump. This thing will probably get enough fuel to get us in the 800 horsepower range all day long. So what this is a 6-gallon fuel cell. It's got dash 8 return, a dash 8 vent, and then a dash 8 feed that comes out of here as well. The inside is very nicely baffled, and the return actually goes into the baffle. It's kind of like a sump where fuel will sit so this thing doesn't starve while it's sloshing around when the vehicle's moving, which is really nice. And it's got taller walls too, so it comes up to like right here inside. Very, very, very nice. And this is way smaller than I thought a 6-gallon would be. It's literally 12 inches across, 10 inches high, and 12 inches back. So it's very compact, and it's fairly lightweight as well. So the weight aspect is not going to be terrible even when there's fuel in there. So what I got laid out here is 20 feet of dash 8, 20 feet of dash 8, and a bunch of fittings. And basically what's going to happen with this is going to go in the trunk, and we're going to run these lines from the front to the back and the back to the front, if that makes sense, or vice versa. In our trunk here, we have everything opened up, and my plan is to have the fuel cell dead smack on top of that little hump there for the spare tire, but not directly on it. I want to kind of build some mounts off of it, or like I said before, put a false floor on there. I have some pieces of thicker aluminum to put down, and I can rivet or tack weld into place and actually bolt the fuel cell to that so that we have a nice even playing field. And I'm just going to run lines straight out the back here. There's like a rubber cup. I think this is for moisture prevention outside the vehicle. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap through this and tap through this one for the feed and return line. And then we'll run feed and return, and then it just has a vent that comes out that I'll probably route through the same hole. And that will literally be it. And this is why I was saying that I'm going to try to simplify port injection. You have a massive fuel pump stuffed inside here with a pre-filter already on it. So all you got to do is literally run a feed line from this and a return and a vent. I mean, a vent can be something as simple as just like a 90 off of here and a piece of hose just going out to the atmosphere of the car. So like down underneath, super easy. This is going to make everything so easy because now you don't have the external pumps, the external, both external filters, multiple fittings, all that stuff. This is going to be mostly what you see here is it of port injection minus the stuff up on the fuel rail. And that's really it. I have an inline filter coming. It'll be here tomorrow. And that is just another filter on the feed line that is traveling up towards the front of the car. So we're going to come through, go underneath the car, kind of fish it up away from the exhaust and come up to the front here. And our feed line will go straight into this side of the regulator, and our drain line or return line will come out the bottom, and this will go back following the same path, going back to the back of the car again, having us a full feed and return style setup off the regulator. I have my fuel gauge right here. This is a fuel pressure gauge. I have this running. That'll be going inside the car. I still have to hook up my gauges. I have the wires right here. I need to run them inside the car and get that finished up. That'll get done probably this weekend. And then, yeah, we'll go from there. So very, 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 very simple port injection setup that is going to be awesome. I am going to make this available as a kit for you guys to purchase on the website. We'll have this fuel cell. It's got a gnarly pump in it, which is good for anything from entry-level port injection up to, you know, big boy setups of 800 horsepower or so, and possibly even more. But very simple to the everyday person that can do this. It doesn't come with any mounting tabs, is the only downfall. So I'm thinking is I'm just going to have 4 tabs welded onto each side and make that available to be able to just bolt onto something. So what I'm considering, and I'll get feedback from you guys, is that, you know, if you want me to offer this as a kit, basically what I'm going to do is probably take some pre-orders once I get everything set, and you guys could be able to purchase this port injection kit, and it'll come with everything you need for port injection. It'll be the all the stuff you see here, necessary fittings and whatnot, a fuel pressure regulator, a gauge. I prefer gauges that go inside the car to show you your fuel pressure so you can monitor it. And then just all the little odds and ends that come along with tidying up the fuel portion, and even injectors I'll probably include in that kit. And then if you don't have a manifold or anything like that, I'll have an option to add, you know, a port injection manifold and, you know, a couple other bits and pieces like the split second controller that you see there. So definitely let me know what you guys think below in the comments. Port injection has been a hot topic for me as a business. People are coming to me all the time for this stuff. So I figured try to find the best way to do this would be great. So if I take pre-orders, I can actually get these fuel cells here and get them in stock with all the things, make complete kits out of them, and be shipping them out of here. And I'll actually weld tabs, mounting tabs onto this thing so that people can have something to mount it to, or I'll leave it like this so they can make their own provisions as they see fit. So we're gonna get this installed in here. And then the other thing we have is drive shaft shop axles are on the way, and a couple other things to finish this thing up. So I'm gonna stop talking and get to work, and we'll see you guys in a minute. All right, so we got the fuel system. I'm starting to make the lines for it. Basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna start up front at the regulator and drop the lines under the car and then run them back so we can get the length set to where the fuel cell is gonna be. And then we'll cut them to length, put the fittings on towards the back. I'm waiting on one fitting for the top here. That'll be here tomorrow, but we'll be able to get most of that ran tonight. But I got my boy Mike over here wiring up everything in the car. He's doing all the gauges. We got the Cork Sport oil pressure gauge. I got a fuel pressure gauge. Actually, this is a glow shift fuel pressure gauge. This one is the Cork Sport oil pressure. And then I also just got in the new Innovative Motorsports Safe Boost, it's called. And basically this is a fail-safe, kind of like the AEMs we have ran in the past, but this one's kind of more intricate and has more capabilities if we ever decide to, you know, add more to this car, like a Motec or anything like that. So this will get hooked up. This has boost reference and all this other crazy stuff on it to kind of protect the car if it does overboost, or if the air fuel ratios get too lean or too rich. We can set those parameters and overall save the car from any kind of catastrophe. So he's wearing these in right now. He's got the dash part. We just got some of these gauge pods for up top here. Hi, Mike.
Hi.
Hi. Now we got these gauge pods up here. They don't really match the black too well, so we're gonna deal with that for now, and we'll address that later. Maybe kind of give it like a dull finish or something. But a dolphin finish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just to clarify.
No leopard.
Yeah. So he's doing the Innovate gauge right now. This thing's pretty sweet. Like I said, this one has a lot of capabilities that we won't be using a lot of, but the parameters for the failsafe itself is very nice. So he's tapping everything in, gonna get these gauges all hooked up, and then we have to run a couple lines out to the front of the car and grab a couple of the plugs from the sensors out front to bring them in here. And then we should be ready to rock and roll. This needs to be up and running for us to go on the dyno, and our fuel system needs to be in to make power.
Oh yeah.
So we got a couple things to do. Oh, the axles. We just got our new drive shaft shop axles in. So I got the new drive shaft shop. Thick boys. Better be a sticker in here. Hell yeah. I think I cut it with a razor though. Oh, here we go. Dang.
Jesus.
These are nice, man.
That's some
Girth.
see if you can
Girth Nation.
see if you can snap these.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I'll try. I'm gonna try. I'm talking 6,500 RPM clutch jumps and a broken transfer case. So, no, that's what we're gonna do, man. We're gonna test the limits of this thing. I know there's some super secret stuff going on the platform, so that'll be sweet. So, yeah, these are gonna go in soon. I'm just waiting on the new sway bar bushings that you gotta get. They're smaller so that these bigger boots can fit.
Right.
So those will be in tomorrow, or actually Wednesday, and we'll slap these bad boys in. Axles take like 7 minutes to put in. So we'll do that. This stuff's for a Kia Stinger. We got a customer's car over here, Gen 1 Speed 3. It's having a boost issue. We found 2 boost leaks already, and we're kind of thinking the factory boost control solenoid is bad. Probably get a new boost control solenoid for that thing and have this guy back on the road ripping. And then we'll have this guy on the road ripping very soon. So we'll get back to you guys when we make more progress. So today is gonna be awesome because we have a huge meet happening at the shop and we're getting everything set up. There's some cars popping in right now, but we're gonna set up the cars here. We got Dom's 370Z out here, freshly detailed, and we got the Speed 6 kind of buttoned up, and we're gonna get this pulled out here and kind of organized, and we're gonna set up a table with some merch and kind of hang out with everybody. So it's gonna be a good time. We can't wait. I'm super pumped. Got the 370, the Speed 6, and the RX-8 in the background. Little merch table set up so people can check it out. Yeah, we're gonna walk around and show you guys some stuff and just have a good time, man. Speed 6 looking sweet. Dom shined her up yesterday. It's not even polished yet. He just kind of cleaned her up, and he's gonna do a whole cut and polish on it. But looking pretty mean, for sure. So pretty good turnout so far. Got more people rolling in. It's looking pretty good. Austin out here flexing with the i8. Yeah, it's good turnout so far. Is it? Yeah, looks good. Hey, the shop looking mint, bro. Looking good. All right, guys, so I got the axle out of the driver's side, and now what I'm doing is I got them lined up here. As you can see, the drive shaft shop axle is significantly bigger. The shaft is a little bit bigger, but it's probably way stronger of a material. The CV sections are huge compared to the stock ones, and the shaft itself, or the splines, are much beefier. So basically what we're doing is taking these out, swapping the new ones in, and when you do the drive shaft shop axles, you got to take these stock sway bar bushings out. Even if you have an upgraded sway bar, take these stock ones out, and you got to replace them with these lower profile ones. You can get them from us here. They're Prothane mounts, and they basically are just a lot slimmer. Let me see if I can get the size comparison here. A lot shorter, and that's basically to clear the CV housing right here. So we're gonna get these in. I'm gonna bolt this new bushing on, and then we'll get this axle in and be ready to go. That way we have spare axles as well, just in case we were ever break one of these, but I doubt we will unless we have other issues with like suspension or something like that that would cause it to break. But these have been proven hard to break if everything else is right. So we'll get these in. I'm gonna do this side, and then the other side, we'll get this thing back on the ground. Then we'll be ready for all the launches, which I'm super stoked for. Got the axles in. We just finished everything up. It rolls, it's good. The clearance is very tight on there. The sway bar bushings that you put in, I put 23 millimeter bushings in there, and I think they make a 22, but these just clear. They have just a small enough air gap. That little smudge there is grease, but they have about a 1/4 inch gap in between that and the thing, and it shouldn't deflect either way. It should be good as long as the geometry of the suspension is good. But we're at the point now where we just need to put the fuel cell in and put another bung in the our O2 bung in the downpipe for our Innovate wideband gauge. And then we're getting ready to get this thing on the dyno. We got an appointment soft set right now. I'm calling back tomorrow after I talk to Justin, figure out a day, but we're planning it like 2 to 3 weeks out because I want to get this thing on the road and get everything ironed out. Well, I want to get a few data logs going, get the PI up and running, just so we know everything's good, so we can pre-dyno inspect ourselves before we go and waste anybody's time.
Yeah, because it would suck to get there and then, oh, there's a leak here, but it's...
Well, that, and it's like, it not only sucks for us to do that, but it like sucks for the people that own the shop too, because they don't want like, you know, car leak and crap everywhere. Like,
we don't want to do that.
Yeah, do a pre-dyno inspection yourself and get this stuff straightened out. Bring some extra spark plugs, all that stuff we'll go through all that when we go, but we're gonna end it off here. Got the axles in, we rolled it back and forth, everything's good to go. Give us a chance to check out the suspension. Fuel cell will be going in this week. We're just gonna weld some tabs on it and mount it here, put the carpet back in, get it all look factory looking again, and then yeah, we'll be ready to go. And dyno we're going on is a Heartbreaker Mustang dyno, so
not worried about that.
Not worried about it. It's gonna read low, and that's exactly what we want, because we can tell people on the streets,
oh, it's only this much.
Dude, it only makes about 600 horsepower. Not. No. Okay, so no, it's all good. But I didn't give you a chance to see these gauges. I don't know if I did. They're in there, and they're pretty sweet. Mike did a great job. Bam. All good to go. And he wired in the watt box. The split second controller is hooked up. Not on, but hooked up. So all our electronics are good to go. And I think that's where we're gonna end it off. And if you guys need anything, as always, hit up the website, spoolingupperformance.com. It's a little bit of a mess right now. We got to reorganize a lot of stuff on there because we just uploaded 50,000 parts on there. I said 50,000, that's correct. And you guys can hit us up for merch. We got tons of merch left that you guys can pick up. But I think that's it, man. There's nothing really else I'm missing.
Except for shout out to boy Cooper.
Oh, shout out to Cooper Bogetti Steers right there. We're just hanging out with him in the shop while we're kind of doing stuff. Got a Speed 3 over there getting wrapped up. Got a customer car, a couple customer cars coming in. We got an STI for bags, and
it's gonna be a busy couple weeks.
Kia Stinger getting some mods and a tune. No big deal. We're just kind of slowly getting after it, man. We're just starting from the bottom.
Just having fun.
Yeah, buddy. All about it. So we're gonna leave you guys off there. Kind of a longer episode again, but we're giving you guys a lot of information and kind of showing you guys the whole process of getting this thing 100% before we hit the dyno. So we appreciate you guys watching, but until next time, we will see you later. Peace.